First of all, I'll take this as any relationship which you may have in this material world. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Golden Avatar, he said, and Prabhupada was asked also about the relationship with the Guru and the disciple. Where is that mentioned in Shikshastak? Because everything is there. And Prabhupada, he said, Amanina Manadena. You give all respect, and you do not accept any respect. So in my point of view, a good marriage means that each part of the marriage appreciates and respects the qualities of the other person. And that is foremost. Even though the person may have so many defects, still he is appreciating and respecting the higher qualities. That is what Krishna does. Krishna does not remember the bad things you do. That's Yamaraj. Krishna does not. He only remembers the good things you do. The spiritual things you do, the positive things you do. So like that, in every relationship, you're allowed to observe the defects and the positive parts of that person. So how you respond to that input is a sign of success for your relationship. Because you will always be faithful to someone you respect. And if you don't look for respect yourself, even if you're not respected, you're still satisfied. You know? There was a famous American comedian, he said, you know, they asked him about his married life, he said, or his family life, and he would say, I can't get no respect, he said. And that was, he said, there's no respect, he said. So one is not looking for respect, but at the same time he is wanting to appreciate his partner. And I feel that after the initial, what they call love episode, or falling in love, they call it, you know, is there, or after that, the relationship must mature into another type of love that comes about through appreciation. Then one will think, oh, he will value his relationship. Otherwise he becomes always in anxiety, and he will look somewhere else. So we've been married 10 years, I think, now. Bhakta Priya. I'm very fortunate to be married to a very nice devotee who's always trying to engage in devotional service, very faithful to her spiritual master, Prabhupada. But relationships in this material world, because it is the age of quarrel. That means relationships are tinged with quarrelsome situations. That is the nature. So you have to counteract that. Is not easy. You have to fight for it. As the saying goes, come hell or high water. That's one saying. Whatever the circumstances, one must fight for that relationship. And it is not a material relationship. What we are not appreciating that someone, let's say, we may appreciate also, but their material qualities. But as devotees, we appreciate their spiritual qualities. For instance, Bhakta Priya has a beautiful voice. People hear her voice singing and they become crying and they want to become devotees. And so this is a great thing, you know. I haven't figured out why she accepted me as a husband yet. Someone like myself, so fallen, but luckily I was lucky, let's say, to get such a nice wife. Anyway, I don't know if you call that a secret of a success, but it's an interesting point. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Mataji, would you like to share the secret of happiness?
Microphone.
I'm sorry. There you go.
It's alright, okay? My husband already gave all the secrets, actually. So I don't have.
My secret. You may have another secret. Right?
No, that's mine too.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to say that I am the one who is very fortunate that he chose me to marry. That it's my fortune. It's my, I don't know. It's like Krishna's mercy that I was able to get husband like he. So you can see by all his realization, whatever he said. So about the secrets, first of all, that my understanding, the very first point is that we should see each other as the servants of Krishna, not as it's my servant, he's my servant. He should serve me and fulfill my desires, what I want, what I need. No, the Krishna is the first in the family, not my interest, my. When we realize that, when we understand that actually the marriage is a like contract to help each other to serve Krishna, not to take attention from Krishna to ourselves. That's the first secret, how it will work out. Even we may disagree on some, like have different opinions even about service, about different things of life, but that's how also in spiritual world devotees have different opinions how to satisfy Krishna in a better way, and they even have quarrels about that. So but even Krishna consciousness, it connects. When you have one interest, you have to do this service for Krishna, and Krishna is the first. His interest is the first, not ours. So that's the first and the main. I think it's the main point. Then also what I learned in the marriage life, it's you have to need to be tolerant and humble, because the two different people come together. Everybody has their own good qualities and different, like little bad qualities. So you have to tolerate it, like Krishna tolerates us, our Guru tolerates us. You don't have to use it against another person, but to try to change yourself, not to another person. So sometimes even we disagree, like in the family life, for example, like in my opinion, wife should be agreeing with the husband, even if she has another opinion, but in the end she has to agree.
Let me write this down.
She has to accept, otherwise you cannot have a quarrel. So you cannot, when husband and wife, they fight with each other, then Lakshmi, she leaves. They're not gonna be happy life if it will be a fight. So it's addition to what he already said. So I just signed under what he already said, and I just adding my also what. Yeah.
Prabhupada also said you, Krishna is at the center.
Yeah, Krishna is the center. What he's the number one.
I mean, as far as household life, married life. So that point you made, which I forgot,
that's
was
why I'm here.
Very important. Very important, because Prabhupada made that point. Common cause. Countries come together, some common cause. So our common cause is serving Krishna.
Yeah, because like some marriages, we're forgetting when the marriages happens, and even in Krishna consciousness, that Krishna is the center. It's like maybe like some mutual, like tuk, like some like fluids. He saw her, she saw him, and.
Or a man thinks, now I am married, I have some servant or.
Yeah. Yeah, even
prostitute, he thinks.
Even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati.
Unlimited sex life, that's what he said.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, when one of his disciples was getting married, he said, "She is not your servant. She is Krishna's servant. That's what you have to remember. That's the main thing, because sometimes now I can use somebody for my sense gratification. That's why I'm marrying. I have some needs. That's why I have to marry. Somebody will take care of me, of my needs."
And even the desire of women to want security, material security.
Yeah.
That's also sense gratification.
Yeah.
It's also sense gratification.
Yeah, and the lady think, everybody pushing me, my family pushes me to get married, or somebody has to take care of me, I'm so not protected. Yeah, that's also good reason to need protection. Women need protection, right? By husband, by father, or by son. So they have to, there's a dharma. But it's not the main reason why to get married. Also, it's not, okay, he's the one who can give me everything what I want, she's the one. So the both parties, they have expectation, which they often don't even speak to each other. He has his own expectation on her, and she has her own expectation. Okay, this I want in family life, and also I think like we did also before getting married, we sat down and we talk about our expectation, mutual expectation, what his ideas about family life, what I want from a family life, about interest. So otherwise, when you get married, you're already too late. So that's it. That has to be verbalized before marriage, before fire sacrifice.
Which brings up the very important point, which I forgot to mention, about communication. Of course, you communicate with someone who you respect, because you value their opinion, so communication is there. But I wanted to also mention that any couple, they have to be open to be able to communicate with each other, or perceive, well, this person's having some difficulty now, what can I do? Or be sensitive to that person, which is part of communication. So that's another very important point, well, in general about relationships, but marriage is one of the important intimate relationships, because you don't have the same intimate relationship, husband and wife, as you may have with other men, or like that. No, it's more intimate.
Yeah, and about communication, sometimes the conflicts happen because of misunderstanding. Like men and women have a different nature also. So she hears something else. Like he's saying one thing, and I may hear something else. So and they get upset or something, and that's why I need to communicate that if I understood correctly, so why upset. And also women, they have their own nature, some psychological aspects, so it has to be also wife and husband, they have to forgive each other for mistakes. We may make mistakes. We in this body, we conditioned soul. Sometimes we make mistakes or do something what we regret about. So, but have to be like tolerant and humble and use this our Vaishnava qualities what we're talking about so much in our family life also towards each other, not only towards other devotees. So that's the, I think, main point.